We want to segue to another top headline that we are really focused on here. Taking a look at your screen from the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office and an update from Portland Police. I do want to give you a little bit of background on this story because a man suspected of setting fires in ballot drop boxes in Oregon and Washington state is apparently an experienced metal worker and may be planning additional attacks. That's according to a presser that we got earlier today on Wednesday. Now, this tweet reads in full like this: PPB is providing a description of the suspect and an updated description of the suspect's vehicle. The suspect is a Caucasian male, 30 to 40 years of age, very short hair or balding, thin to medium build, thin face, wearing a dark shirt, highly knowledgeable in both metal fabrication and welding. The suspect's vehicle, most likely a 2001 to 2004 Volvo S60, more matte in color than a standard shiny finish in places, tan or light gray interior. Aftermarket grille with Volvo emblem missing, dark wheels, unpainted body trim, no front license plate. Now, this is in an effort to, again, some of the investigators down there in Portland, to catch a suspect that has been accused of setting ballot boxes on fire. Investigators believing that the man who set those devices on fire at a ballot box in Portland, Oregon, and nearby Vancouver, Washington, had, quote, a wealth of experience in metal fabrication and welding. The way the devices were constructed and the way they were attached to the metal drop boxes showed that expertise. That's just some of the information that we got, again, from a press conference earlier today. Let's go back to that next.
Mike Benner. I am the Public Information Manager here at the Portland Police Bureau. If you can't tell by looking at the assembled group behind me, this news conference has been in the works for weeks. In other words, it was not stood up and planned in the wake of what happened Monday morning. I want to make that very clear, but we understand that is top of mind for the community and top of mind for people in this room. So before we get started, I want to share some brand new details that I just got from PPB's lead detective on the case. And I want to start out by saying that this will be coming out via flash news here later this afternoon, so don't feel like you need to jot everything down right now because a lot of it has to do with suspect description, suspect vehicle, things of that nature. We can describe the suspect that we believe is connected to all three cases as a white male between the ages of 30 and 40 years old, balding or very short hair, medium to thin build, dark shirt, thin face. And we believe this suspect has a wealth of experience in metal fabrication and welding. The vehicle, as we described, is most likely a Volvo S60 from 2001 to 2004. It has places on it that are more matte in color than a standard shiny finish, tan or light gray interior, an aftermarket grille with a Volvo emblem missing. It has dark wheels, an unpainted body trim, and no front license plate. Investigators believe it is very possible the suspect intends to continue these targeted attacks across the area. Again, that information will be coming out in the very near future this afternoon. We will field some questions about that, but we're also here primarily to discuss next week and the public order events that might come on election night and the following nights. With that, I want to introduce our first of numerous speakers, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you, everybody, for being here this afternoon. As we approach the 2024 election, it's important for all of us to come together and speak to you about Portland's commitment to supporting First Amendment rights while also being prepared to respond to any unrest. I'm certain that we all remember the impacts of Portland in 2020 after an extraordinary convergence of events, including the wake of George Floyd's murder, a trying presidential election, and of course, the global COVID pandemic. While these events left an indelible mark on many of us, it also taught us a great deal. And it also reinforced how important it is for all of us to be able to work together for the betterment of our community. Since 2020, our city has experienced substantial changes, many of which have already begun to positively shape the narrative for Portland's next chapters. Transitioning into our new government structure has strengthened our ability to respond holistically to the needs of our community and leverage the systems and the tools that we did not have in place in 2020. In short, we're in a very different position today than we were back then. As you're going to hear from many of our speakers, we now have a diversified, unified command team with a broader emergency management focus that includes a wide variety of local, county, state, and federal partnerships. We've been working for months on extensive and collaborative multidisciplinary planning to ensure comprehensive preparedness for multiple specific scenarios. And we have a strong alignment amongst leadership regarding our goals and expectations during any public demonstration. This alignment is grounded in strong support for lawful exercise of First Amendment rights, while also recognizing our broader obligation to ensure public safety for the entirety of the community. Well, we all deeply believe that our community's right and ability to exercise free speech is paramount, and I also believe the vast majority of Portlanders want us to come together in a way that does so peacefully. And while I'm hopeful it won't be necessary, we are prepared to interdict criminal behavior if it should occur. We stand together today to demonstrate these commitments and ensure that the community knows that we're united, both in our efforts as well as in our expectations. We will do everything possible to protect people's First Amendment right to demonstrate peacefully, but we are also prepared to address anything that is related to criminal destruction or violence. I'm pleased to have representatives from the Unified Command Team here this afternoon to speak more about these efforts and ensure that you know what to expect and how you can find additional information. And with that, I'll turn it over to our next speaker, Chief Day of the Portland Police Bureau.
Thank you, Mayor.
Chief?
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm regularly asked two questions almost daily since I started a year ago. One is, what's going to happen on Election Day? What's going to happen during the week of the elections? I can tell you for the last year, the Police Bureau and the city, under the mayor's leadership and guidance and support of council, has been diligently working towards a level of preparation that I have not seen in my over 30 years of service. We've committed numerous resources to be able to support whatever is needed next week. And it's not just a matter of the Portland Police Bureau, but as represented by the men and women standing behind me, the regional, state, and even federal partnerships are stronger than they've ever been. And there is a unified understanding and belief, as the mayor said, that we want people to be able to express their First Amendment rights, but that we expect them to do those within the law. And we will do everything we can to facilitate that through our outreach workers, through our bike teams, through our various resources and communication that we'll be sharing on a regular basis. But I am so grateful for the support and the unification we have around this message. We've had numerous conversations with business leaders, community leaders, some of which you're going to hear from shortly. And that's really the second reason, the second question that I'm asked regularly is why in the world I would come back at a time like this. And it's to be a part of something like this. Literally a year ago, when my wife and I were considering the acceptance of the mayor's offer, this was top of mind for me, that we could demonstrate not only to the city and not only to the state, but really to the country, what I know to be true about who Portland is, about what we want to be about how we want to show up, the story we want to tell, and that we want to change the perception, and we want to create an accurate perspective. And that's what's happening here. I'm thankful for the men and women of the Police Bureau who are going to be accepting the cancellation of all their days off and time next week as we all work 12-hour days to maximize our resources. I'm grateful for the other regional law enforcement partners that are going to support us in that effort. We will be providing information through our Joint Information Center and trying to be as transparent and consistent and as current as we can. We are partnering with numerous other comms departments, communication departments, and various bureaus and other agencies. And as the mayor mentioned, finally, our unified command approach. This is not just a PPB-led effort. We're going to have, in a moment, I'll be introducing Shad Ahmed. He's our director from the Bureau of Emergency Management. And of course, we're working with fire. We're working with city leaders and really have the entire city at our disposal to be successful. So I'm really grateful for this chance to be a part of this. It's a chance for us to tell a different story about Portland and to continue to build upon the renewal that's happening every day in our city through our city leaders and through our community partnerships. Director Ahmed.
As the chief stated, there's a lot of coordination going on right now. The Portland Bureau of Emergency Management is coordinating across city services, community organizations, businesses, government. And emergency management is just a way of linking agencies together to make sure we're operating on the same page with the same information and really ensuring a streamlined response. As you'll see today, the city is coordinated across jurisdictions to ensure we are prepared for a variety of possibilities. And as the mayor said and the chief said, the city supports the peaceful expression of free speech, but there will be no tolerance for criminal activity. Federal, state, and local agencies, as has been shared, we're all in unified command structures that will ensure we are coordinated and ready to respond in the event that civil unrest occurs. We are actively monitoring. We will be ready to respond quickly and professionally should anything occur in the coming weeks. We're also working with businesses. We really want to ensure businesses are ready to serve and prepared and able to serve the community with minimal disruptions. So we're working with business partners as well. And just want to stress overall, Portland's emergency response framework is really built for this moment. As you heard from the mayor and the chief, we've spent a lot of time, invested a lot to getting to where we are today. We are united, prepared, and ready to provide a safe environment for all Portlanders. Thank you. And I will introduce the sheriff, I believe, is next.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Nicole Morrissey O'Donnell, Multnomah County Sheriff. First, I want our community to know that the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office is committed to ensuring a safe and secure elections process. As with past elections, we are working closely with our elections office and our law enforcement leaders, and we have been for months leading up to Election Day, so voters can feel welcome and safe at all of our ballot drop sites. During the election period, we're deploying several resources, including uniformed and non-uniformed deputy sheriffs in marked and unmarked cars across our county, so they can be available to respond to any incident, as well as identify any concerns or activity that could be concerning across these locations. Staffing our main elections office with uniformed facility security officers who are welcoming voters, and they're also creating a physical safety presence during the business hours, and ensuring that we have multiple resources to be available and in collaboration with all of our public safety partners and law enforcement partners to be able to respond if called upon. Any voter intimidation, disruption, blocking of access, or vandalism of these sites will not be tolerated. We will work swiftly. Any crimes that are reported to us will be fully investigated in coordination with our law enforcement partners, as well as with our federal partners when it's appropriate. I want our community to know that all of us here today have been working together to develop strategies and responses for keeping downtown and the surrounding areas safe should any demonstrations occur. I fully support the rights to assemble and to free speech, and we are equally committed to keeping our whole community safe. Acts of violence or criminal activity are unacceptable, and we together are prepared to respond quickly to ensure those who engage in criminal activity are held accountable. The community is truly our force multiplier. And we can't say this enough. If you see something, say something. Elections are fundamental to a healthy democracy, and safety is key to a healthy and thriving community. Thank you, and I will now turn it over to District Attorney Mike Schmidt.
Thanks, Sheriff. Good afternoon. I'm Mike Schmidt, Multnomah County District Attorney. Like my colleagues up here, I want to take this opportunity in the days leading up to our national elections and local elections to stand alongside these leaders and make it clear that while there may be some political tension in the days surrounding this election, regardless of the outcome, we want to focus on fostering a safe environment for everybody. Our office has met and continues to meet with law enforcement partners, and we're aligned on our commitment to appropriately investigate and prosecute criminal behavior. There's no place for violence or destruction in the lead up to or the aftermath of this election. And I want to confirm or affirm MCDA's commitment to maintaining a safe community. Make it clear that hate speech and violence of any kind will not be tolerated. And I'd like to encourage people to keep our community safe by respectfully navigating this election regardless of anyone's political ideology or affiliation. We especially ask this depending on no matter what the results end up being after November 5th. This election represents another opportunity for citizens to exercise their voting rights and the free speech rights, and I want to affirm our commitment to a peaceful and safe election here in Multnomah County. And with that, I will introduce Doug Olson, FBI Special Agent in charge of the Portland Field Office.
Thanks, Mike. Good afternoon. I just want to reiterate the FBI works alongside with our law enforcement partners to keep our communities safe. In the past, this city has seen a concerning increase in violence, instigators breaking windows and making explosive devices, as well as other violent acts. This kind of destructive behavior creates life safety issues in our communities, and it also puts a strain on law enforcement, which makes our communities less safe. The FBI respects and supports the rights of individuals to peacefully exercise their First Amendment rights, but I just want to echo some of the comments of my partners. We have zero tolerance for instigators who exploit legitimate, peaceful protests to violate federal law through violence or other criminal activity. The FBI's way of doing business has long been working together with our local, state, and federal partners. Our goal is to maximize the impact on the community, and that's what we're doing here today. The FBI will always support our partners in keeping our communities safe. Lastly, I'd just like to ask the public, if you've witnessed unlawful violent acts, we urge you to contact local law enforcement, federal law enforcement, or anyone who can communicate it to put people in a position of authority. Thank you, and I'd like to introduce Jessica Vega Peterson, the Multnomah County Chair.
Thank you. Multnomah County is the government responsible for our local elections, and we are committed to the fundamental protection of our democracy. Keeping this election free, fair, and safe is a coordinated effort that involves the many leaders here today and many more across all of our governments and offices. I want to thank everyone for everything that this community is doing to be prepared for whatever might come our way. As Election Day nears and our community continues to vote, there may be moments of uncertainty, heightened emotions, or unusual events like the one that took place on Monday. Elections experts, law enforcement, and partners here in Multnomah County are ready to respond. We continue to be ready for whatever occurs in the next several weeks. I am grateful for the essential hard work of the people who ensure we have fair, accurate, accessible, and transparent elections, especially when we see events like Monday or false claims of rigged elections and illegal voters, which are scare and avoidance tactics. Tim Scott at Multnomah County Elections and his counterparts in law enforcement have decades of experience fine-tuning, scenario planning, and improving our election system to ensure voter integrity and voter and worker safety. This is absolutely critical in every election, and especially this election. Following the events of October 28th, the Portland Police Bureau has asked officers to provide increased awareness and patrols of drop sites, and we at Multnomah County are taking extra measures to ensure the frequency of patrols day and night. We will continue monitoring this situation and will provide any additional resources needed to protect this election.
We're listening here to a briefing from earlier today from investigators, other law enforcement officials, and election officials down there in Portland, Oregon, regarding a case in which a suspect is being sought because he set fire to multiple ballot boxes across the state of Washington and also Oregon. Here on your screen, we do have a tweet from Portland Police saying that there is a reward available, about $2,500. And at last check, the investigators did say that the man, a Caucasian male between 30 and 40 years of age, was driving away most likely in a 2001 to 2004 Volvo, more matte in color than a shiny finish in some places, with unpainted body trim and no front license plates. And also, voters in Washington are encouraged to check the status of their ballots at votewa.gov to track their return status. And if a return ballot is not marked as received, voters can print a replacement ballot or visit their local elections department for a replacement. That's according to the Secretary of State's office.